If you're watching this video, please share and hit that subscription button. Go ahead, hit that subscription button and share it to as many friends and family members that you know. It's important. The greatest form of advertising will always be word of mouth. So we're going to need you to assist us in supporting our communities. Welcome to VB Solution. V as in Victor, B as in Bernard Solutions. Virtual branding solutions. To empower our community, we must provide tools our students can use. Jobs that pays residuals by connecting our community businesses with our youth and college students. Register your business as the educational institutions. Share your business via social media at a price any small business can afford. We send the students to you after your business registers as that educational institution. Share your virtual video business card in our virtual video business directory to all of their social media platforms. That's hundreds to thousands of people watching your virtual video business card every single day. And how can we? This is to the parents. As a life coach, these students are speaking to me. So this is for the responsible parents and those who are not so responsible and those who are wanting to be responsible but do not have the necessary knowledge, and for those who know how to fake it but do not know how to fake it in the presence of our children as they attend school. How can we continue informing our high school and college teens to work together without the drama while they're in school, and we as the parents and adults can't be their example at home as they watch us divided between Democrats and Republicans, racism and prejudices, sexism and statue? Aren't we their example? Do you remember the phrase, hurt people hurt people? Do we not know that that energy that we're spreading to our youth is hurting them? If we're spreading that to our youth, we're hurting them. We're not helping them. Are we that bamboozled? Have we been tricked to notice? We all for centuries are being controlled by mass media's efforts to keep us divided on the things that we do agree upon. So we bicker back and forth. What matters? What should matter? Are we acting as children in big adult suits? Let's ask the responsible children. Please realize that these are traumas, and it's traumas that we in big suits are causing our children, and they're acting out in many ways, whether that be mental illness, violence, crime, drugs, alcohol abuse, sex, bullying, and mass school shootings. Our children are asking for help and the example of a peace between adults as we're masking our need for that peace as well. The next time we complain to our children, look in the mirror of reflection and let someone hear your needs. Call us 682-231-2366. As a life coach, we may even have some solutions. Despite status, resources, how smart we may think that we are, despite intellect, our homes and communications are somehow broken as we attempt to hide from the same neighbors that are also hiding from us. And we're realizing, and sometimes it can be very difficult to look in that mirror and say, you know what, there are some things that I need to change about self. My sons, my daughters are being affected. My sons and daughter, as a result, have become infected as the greed become greater than the need. This is our opportunity to change our communities, starting with our children, being that example, sharing with them, we're here for you, sharing with them, I'm here to listen, sharing with them time out from my schedule Let me take this time to hear your needs. And at a very young age, the amount of trauma that can cause, and we without notice or even understanding what and how much effect that trauma has on them and what it will cause them to do, but just the amount of pain it is that they're feeling. And as adults, if we're feeling pain and we're having a hard time handling the pain it is that we're feeling, just imagine as a child, because energy travels, emotions travel. If it's inside of the house, that child is feeling that same pain. How much pain will we continue to bring our children through, hoping that no one finds out? Eventually they will. Everything that we eat, everything it is that we deposit has to have a withdrawal, whether that be your emotions or whether that be food. Everything that's deposited, everything it is that we see, everything it is that we hear has to have a deposit. And our children are being affected every single day. So as parents, it's time for us to look in the mirror and say, what is it that we've created? It's time for us to be honest with ourselves and stop hiding, pretending to be okay, when deep down inside we're broken, we're hurting. We're hurting, despite how smart we are, despite the type of job that is that we have, despite our success. Our children are hurting, and it's something that we created. So we must replace that with new data by putting our children first. If you know anyone who has a small business, have that person register that business. It's nothing like having residual wealth at a very young age on a consistent basis. The businesses are supporting the communities now are supporting the businesses. And our youth do not have to be forced from one education to the next. It allows them to be able to have free will, to think about what is it that they want to become. It removes all the frustrations to the point where they don't have to worry about finances. And now what they can worry about is, how do we all get along, working together in a single community. This is your community. How much is your community worth to you? And this is a solution, VB Solution.
Substitution violation against the offense. 12 players on the field. A 5-yard penalty remains first down. There is no timeout. The clock will start on the snap. Timeout. Shoemaker. Our second timeout.
Oh my God.
From the student section. It's this seat.
There
Say thank you. You say thank you. Give her kisses. Say thank
Lane Martin, stopped by Maurice Taylor. Lane Corbin on the touchdown run.
Oh yeah, Marcus. Oh yeah.
Go,
Marcus.
Hey, don't play that one. Hey, JT. JT. What's up? Representing.
This year. We'd also like to let you know that the Panthers are selling our pink out shirts over by concession stand B. Pink out game here at the stadium will be September the 27th. So be sure to get your pink out shirts. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For your halftime entertainment, Midlothian High School is proud to present the award-winning Panther Regiment. And now, please join the regiment as they perform their 2019 production, Unbridled. This evening's show will include Dreamer Intro by John Debney, The Red Pony by Aaron Copeland, and Wild Horses by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. Soloists include Natalie DeVito on flute, Brittany Olvera on piccolo. The brass ensemble is Jace Miller and Kaylee Phillip on trumpet, Zane Tamplin and Keon Bermudez on horn, Charles Brantley on trombone, Nick Arnar on euphonium, Sean Ray and Brian Lugo on tuba, and Zane Tamplin on French horn. The regiment members of the week are Josh Sykes, Amaris Gonzalez, Ethan Romacki, Josh Ford, Dana Lopez, Allison Hargrove, Trey Dottie, Aislinn Herrera, and Fernanda Medina. And now, led by drum majors Brittany Olvera, Skylar Clenny, and Sequoia Strickland, with entertainment in mind and a show designed with true Panther pride, the Panther Regiment.
Maddie, you're supposed to say you owe her Gatorade. She just whispered that tip.
The regiment is under the direction of Larry Doran, Alex Fedor, and Joshua Kyle. Percussion instructor is Mr. Daniel Hawkins. The color guard and Pantherettes are under the direction of Chris Kickline, Donna Newman, Millie Ayers, Cody Creason, and Avery Lynn. Special thanks to our sponsors, Walmart, Main Street Gym.
Oh, I was just that's an actual baby. Yeah, you got him? This baby, did you just take? Mallory, sit down. This baby, did you have baskets over here?
Welcome to the field, the Shining Stars JV Drill Team and Silver Stars Drill Team. The 2019-2020 Silver Stars officers are Lieutenant Isla Holden, Lieutenant Colonel Trinity Robertson, and Colonel Jayla Farmer. Both drill teams will be dancing to the Pitbull Kesha Pop hit Timber.
I know. I'll go with you.
The star of the week is Deanna Roberts, and the spirit of the week is Michaela Rivera. The shining
I don't care. It ain't no cool. I'm a better guy.
I am not a Republican or a Democrat. I am not the smartest, nor am I the one with the most intellect. I am not one who believes that a country that is comprised of a melting pot can do it alone, despite racism, division, prejudice, or sexism. Despite our differences, I am one who believes that we have to be accountable for our own community, and no one owes us anything, especially if we can't show we can take care of our own community with a plan of action.
So it was really interesting, the trend that we've been seeing. In 2018, actually, we had fewer store closures than in 2017, but 2019 is starting out to be another year for major retail store closures. So year to date, we have at least 5,163 store closures that have been announced.
The shopping landscape has changed in the recent decade. The retail apocalypse began in 2010, and since then, many North American retail stores have struggled to stay above water. Over 12,000 physical stores are gone. Victoria's Secret, they did announce they were closing 53 stores this year. JCPenney, company closed 139 stores. Kmart, this year Kmart closed 48 stores. Francesca's, that they would close 30 to 40 stores, 129 in upcoming years. Target, 6 stores by February 2019. Sears, 241 Sears department stores might end operations this year. 150 Kmart stores closed. Gymboree, leading to 800 stores shutting down. Starbucks, closing 150 coffee shops. Kohl's, closing 4 stores this year. GNC, 500 to 700 more closures. Lord & Taylor, closed 10 stores in 2019. Henry Bendel, the worst performing company is Shopko. 2/3 of its locations. Lowe's is closing 20 of its unperforming stores, 120 locations. 300 stores by 2020. Chico's, 250 stores in the next 3 years. J.Crew has closed 6 clothing stores. Ascena Retail Group, 667 stores for the next 2 years. Charlotte Russe, 94 of its 512 stores. Gap closed up to 230. Payless shoe stores. We must bid Payless goodbye. Macy's, closing 100 of its 728 stores.
No one is exempt from loss of jobs and the closing of small businesses as a result. This plan of action is for any community or educational institutions, as well as universities, black, white, red, or orange, who sees this as an opportunity to work as a community to keep their community thriving.
Only 100. They just happen to want to go. Most of the time we do not come. That's too many. Most of the
Pulls down by Charles Myers.
Take that.
The camera's straight ahead. Straight ahead. He's trying not to.
He's gonna come on.
On reception. Yeah, we meant to stop. Pass intended for the other extra. on the play, both after the play. We have a late hit, personal foul number 52. We have a late hit, personal foul number 10. Yardage offset. The result of the play is a first down. Gary, stop fight. Thank you, Kevin.
we have seen that government can't do it for us, despite race and despite the distrust that most of America have towards government. So do we continue to wait until we receive the knock on our door? Or do we come together as a community to say we can't afford to lose trust in a system that isn't working for both Democrats and Republicans? We can no longer point fingers when various communities join in an effort to save their own communities.
It is currently pushing, right now, a new rule that would deny food assistance and food stamps to 3 million Americans. The same rule would also operate to potentially kick 500,000 low-income children off of programs that provide either free or reduced-price school lunches. Now, that is a huge deal for low-income Americans, white or black, rural or urban. We are a rich nation with a lot of people struggling to even get fed.
Well, there's no question Trump and Republicans, frankly, for decades before him, wanted to give the nation the false impression that everyone getting SNAP, the new name for food stamps, was non-white, when the largest number of Americans getting SNAP food stamps are white.
So he is trying to cut a program that helps kids eat. You're saying the majority of whom are white and some of whom are black, and the main thing that unites them is they're hungry.
That's correct. The states that have the highest level of SNAP food stamps participation per capita are southern states that voted for Trump. His supporters are going to learn the hard way that racism doesn't put food on the table. Not only are they taking SNAP away from 3 million Americans, most of whom are working, the rest are children, senior citizens, working people, people with disabilities, veterans, but they're taking food away from 500,000 kids in school meals, because when you lose SNAP eligibility, you also lose school meals eligibility. It is a lose-lose.
In March, the Trump administration pushed to slash funding for affordable housing programs in America, as well as pushing cuts to the education department, curtailing key after-school programs, ending teacher training programs, and curtailing grants for supplemental school programs.
You have a large African-American population, and they really appreciate what I'm doing.
That there is no comprehensive urban policy, that there's been an assault in Donald Trump's budget proposals on education programs, housing programs, an assault on the fair housing rule at the Department of Housing and Urban Development, work requirements for Medicaid.
I want to read some quotes from suburban women. Quote, "I don't like the way he talks about other people. I'm just ashamed to be an American right now. Of all the people, of the disrespect and the lies and the stuff, it's too much for me. And the way he treats people, it's horrible."
Look, this is the time for Americans to rise, of all kinds, of all types, of all backgrounds. We're here to uplift people on the margins for the betterment of everybody across the board. Their health care, their pharmaceutical costs, their public health overall, their education. We're here to talk about real policy initiatives that will advance America forward for the next 100 years.
According to fact finders, study reveals more U.S. businesses closing than opening. 20% of small businesses fail in their first year, 30% fail within their second year, and 50% fail after 5 years in business. By the 5th year in business, about half of all small businesses fail. Common reasons cited for business failure including poor location, lack of experience, poor management, insufficient capital, unexpected growth, personal use of funds, over-investing in fixed assets, and poor credit arrangement. Yet, sometimes even a profitable business decides to close its doors. And finally, 70% of small business owners fail in their 10th year in business. We can't allow that to happen to our business as well as our communities. Welcome to VB Solutions Connection. We're just going to keep it simple. It's for all organizations, business owners, nonprofits, self-employed, underemployed, unemployed, and those who do your fundraisers. And this is also for the consumer. It's a referral and branding campaign, but a campaign where everyone is for accountability. I'm going to ask you a question. If VB Solution can get your content to thousands of customers weekly, monthly, adding your own introductory infomercial video, now someone can see your commercial, versus a business card that we have, and we have no idea who you are. We have no idea what your personality is like. We have no idea how much of a quality service it is that you have. We're talking about video testimonials. How much more will you pay for advertising? We know that businesses are paying thousands and thousands without a guarantee, and you're seeing a return off of your investment. It's a referral sharing program that benefits everyone. So what do you mean by that? Well, we're going to have our consumers now go to your establishment and refer you to this virtual branding solution video directory. Once you're inside of this virtual branding solution video directory affiliate program, the community, the consumers, are now sharing on their social media page. Susan shared with Tom, Tom shared with David, David shared with John, and they all have 20K followers. It's not including your YouTube and Instagram, the other social media platforms. What happens now is your video directory business card is now shared by the mass. Advertising companies that are charging you thousands monthly for VB Solution, that money is going right back into the consumer's pocket. Even if you have a business, you can participate and make this your second business. Only thing you're doing is referring. So we give you pretty much half of whatever it is that comes in. But the accountability factor is everyone must share on their social media platforms. So this means when you refer, you're now getting paid. The more you refer, the more you get paid. The less bills you have to pay, and the more free time you're able to enjoy yourself, your family, and your friends. This is no multi-level marketing. It's you partnering with VB Solution, receiving shared interest. That's it. I mean, it's simple, it's to the point. We ask for the small businesses is give away something of your business every single month, because we're giving away prizes every single day. And with these daily prize giveaways to the residents from participating businesses, as your business dollar and brand increases, so does the fund in each community. We believe teamwork makes the community work. It's a you scratch my back, I scratch yours approach. Nobody loses. And the most amazing part is, instead of you paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every single month, whether you're a large corporation or small business, you're only paying $99, and that is for a limited time. It will not remain $99. The reason why is because we have to pay our bills also. But for $99 and us giving the consumers half, which means you go out, you get 100 businesses, you got $4,800 coming back in. And the beautiful thing about this also is every time that you place an order, we have the high school students as well as the college students who are creating these virtual business cards, and they're also getting residual. We can get these college students out of debt, and not only that, but we can share with these high school students in every city, in every state. This is a way for you to get residual. So if you decide at the end of your school year that you don't want to go to college, you still have some funds to sustain you on a monthly basis to work until you decide what it is that you want to do. So as long as you keep this $99 package, your whole community is being fed. Your whole community is eating. Your whole community is getting residual. It's not a one-time payment. We're feeding our communities with residual. So small businesses, as you register your VB card, VB Solution, contact those high school and college institutions within your community, establishing and creating partnership with these educational institutions, meaning we will bring the students to you. You will know the student and the many institutions that are supporting and sharing your VB card via mobile and social media. One thing we can agree on, despite our country's division, and that's our children, and that's providing them with opportunities that wasn't afforded to us. Together with our students, we will empower all communities that are participating, whether that be blue, red, green, or purple. No one is exempt. The greatest form of advertising will always be word of mouth. So as you register, we support those businesses that are supporting their communities.
Next week, Panthers take on Joshua right here.